to do, and so many things to do. Sargento, have you cleaned up your mess yet?
I confiscated all this from the other soldiers, Father.
Oh, I see.
You'll be under my control.
You are not a part of it, yes?
No, senor.
Ah, it's good. I'm always having to look out for the souls here. And no gambling, and no other vices can be. And women, you must be married. How many of you are here married? I see. Oh. I'm not doing too good. Well, that's quite all right. Quite all right. You see, please let me sit down for a moment.
Sit down, Father. Be careful. I know your leg is very bad.
Oh, yes, it is. Well, amigos, my name is Miguel Jose, or Padre Serra. This here he's quite a good friend of mine. His name is Sargento Dominguez. He did so well on our sacred expedition to build missions that they decided to give him a land grant, a place of land where he could build a home of his own. And he accomplished such wonderful things upon the expedition. And I'm always concerned about his soul. Let me tell you, I must be concerned about, because he is a hard-working man. Would you not agree, Sargento?
Sí, Padre. But have some vino to calm you down so you won't be so concerned.
He's fine. No,
it's good for the soul, Padre.
Yes, it's good for the soul.
It's good for the soul.
All right. Thank you, Sargento. Oh. I'll have some later, huh?
Oh, that's not the vino, that is the mezcal.
Yes,
it's switched it on me. Go slow.
Yes, no, please don't worry about it. Goodness. Well, Sargento, let's begin. These wonderful people, they traveled a long distance to come here to. But I have to tell you, Sargento, he's a soldado. Can you explain to them what you as a soldado, you Sargento, you are like to them? Can you tell them?
Well, basically, a soldado, a soldier from Spain. We came from, we traveled, Padre and me, from Laredo, Baja California. It was a 400-mile march. It took almost a month or two to get here.
How longer than that?
Yes, see. But we would average anywhere probably from 15 to 25 miles a day on horseback. Fortunately for the Padre, he was on a mule.
I don't like mules either.
But basically, our duties was to protect the expedition, because at that time, in 1769, when we arrived in Alta California, the King of Spain was alerted that Britain and France and even the Yankees there in back east in the eastern part of the country were thinking about penetrating this area. So the King of Spain wanted us to set up presidios up and down Alta California, from San Diego, Monterrey, to Santa Barbara and San Francisco. Presidios are forts, military forts. They protected the ports on there. But to get to your answer, as a soldier, I had more duties than the devil had fallen angels, to give you an idea. Constantly on the trail, constantly.
That name, the devil, no, please not speak too much of that name. These are good people, yeah?
I think these are good people.
I don't think that the devil has crossed their minds just yet.
Not yet, but I'm working on it. Oh, excuse me.
Yes, but all right, yes, I have many concerns for him and his soul, yes, I must tell you. But he is a very hard-working man. But you see, we missionaries, Sargento, can you help me for a moment? A little harder, please. Please, not the arm, though, please. Just lift it out.
Sure you're not hitting that vino,
no, whatever it was in there, no, I don't know what that was. I may have stepped in it, but I never heard. No, forgive me, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for a moment. No, you see, we missionaries, we were men that there would usually be the two of us with an expedition that would travel. And we were normally followed by an escort of soldiers. And these men they look very much like this right here. And they would dress like that, and we would dress like this. Huh? We did not dress like you. Speaking of the way you are dressed, are you natives? Who is born here, may I ask, born here? Who is not born here? Oh, that explains a lot. But Well, you see, the natives here, they would usually go naked. You can keep your clothes on, ladies. It's better. But you see, I came from Spain. We came from Spain, and it was explained to us that most of the indigenous peoples did not wear clothes. So we were in schools of cloth so they could make clothes for themselves. And you're all very well dressed, I must say. Yes. Nice to meet you, senor. Nice to meet you. But it was soldiers like this that protected us and guided us along the way.
Father, maybe you don't know, we had a nickname. They called us Soldados de Cuero. Leather jacket soldiers. Does anybody have a clue why they gave us that nickname? We had an armor of leather that consisted anywhere from 7 to 8 deer hides and weighed 13 pounds. And the idea of that coat was to protect you against arrow penetration. I happen to have one of these coats.
That's right here.
New recruits.
Please, yeah, sure than that. Come inside. Please come inside. Come inside. You're all welcome. Please.
Okay. Sit on the floor.
And some more, you know, people can actually sit over here. Please, bring them up, please. Thank you for your patience. It looks like another tribe has just arrived marching down from Casino. Yeah. Come inside.
Yuma Indians, Father. Yuma Indians.
Oh, I can see it.
Kishon.
Take a seat, please. Take a seat. I'm going to sit back down again in my chair. I don't need the help you gave me last time. Is that right? Oh, Ben. Oh.
This is the cuero that we wore. This is the leather armor that each soldado would carry with them. It weighs up to 13 pounds. This is 7 layers of deer hide. Anybody want to hold it? How about you two standing out there for a second? You get an idea on how heavy this is.
Let me see how it's going back on me.
Pretty heavy, huh? We got to wear this when we're on horseback, going on expeditions, on patrols, or in combat. The idea was to protect against arrow penetration. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. Depending on how Native Americans, how close they were to you, and how strong their bows was, this could be penetrated by a stone arrow. At that time, the Indians, they didn't have iron tips, but it still could do an effective job. But this is the cuero. This is where we got our nickname from, this coat. 13 pounds. Ew.
And you can imagine how much it weighed, that weighing 13 pounds. Imagine wearing something like that on your back for 10 hours a day.
It made an excellent bed pad on the ground, okay?
Yes,
It kept you warm.
Wasn't it bad on your back?
Yes,
Still
we
is
have our
bad.
back prongs,
Yes.
upper back prongs on the shoulders, yes.
I-
But anyway, Father, go ahead.
Oh, yes, well, we called it the Sacred Expedition. It is what brought us here to California. We started all the way, we began in Mexico. You see, I was building missions in Mexico for 20 years before I even came to California. Yeah, that's why when I came here to California, they called me the old man. I was 56 years and they said I was too old to do any such thing as they thought. But I told them. And Sargento Dominguez, he was a part of our expeditions. We had 2 land parties and 2 sea parties. Sargento, hey, can you help me up again?
Sit.
Yes, don't pull hard. Remember, I only have 2 arms. There we go. Gracias. Forgive me, it's my leg. It causes me problems from time to time. Have you heard of the injury that I had to my leg? Anyone here heard of injuries of that injury? Yes. How about you young people? Have you heard of an injury to my leg? I'm going to tell you. Because Sargento Dominguez, men like him, were responsible for me getting here to California and Mexico.
He slowed up the expedition. They wanted us to heal his leg, but I wanted to cut it off so we'd get moving. But the commander said no.
But you see, exactly that's what it was. His name was Capitan Portola. Can you all say Portola?
Portola.
Portola, you remember Portola.
Comandante.
Don't forget him. And he was a big, strong man and a very strong, big mustache on him, huh? And he would make fun of me. He called me names. He called me an old man. And he's older than I am. And he called me an invalid because of an injury to my leg.